Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the physical boason with the Wind Force weapon, a very iconic weapon in the Diablo franchise. Let's go over the skills right now. We have 20 into Multishot, 20 into Guided Arrow, and 20 into Strafe. They also have some synergies among them. And then 20 into Critical Strike, a reservoir points into Penetrate, along with 1 into these passives to avoid, dodge, and evade. And 1 into Pierce, which with plus skills gives us a 63% chance. And then going over the gear together with Razor Tail gives us a near 100% chance for piercing attacks. Then we have a Chi Face with a 40% ED, 15 IAS Jewels, so pretty ridiculous. It will be ridiculous gear right here. High Lord's Wrath, Fortitude for more damage, Go Riders for more damage, Stone of Jordan for more plus skills. I actually want to take another ring here and maybe put a second Raven, or you can also put a BK ring, which makes more sense than the Stone of Jordan. But I'll go with 2 Raven Frost right here. And then we have the Wind Force, of course, also with a 40% ED and the IAS Jewel. It's ridiculous. I know you don't have to have perfect gear for this build, especially on P1, so keep that in mind. And then we have Laying of Hands with more attack speed and, of course, increased damage to demons. Then we have ridiculous charms, 20, 20 charms right here. We have all resistance, life skillers with a bone break charm just because. And then we have a torch and an Annie maxed out right here. That's a lot. Call to Arms and Spirit, of course, cannot be missing in a high-end build. As for the Mercenary, Faith for the Fanaticism Aura, pretty nice. Treachery and Endurance Visage. And yeah, the rest of it is the attributes, enough strength to equip the gear, which is a lot for the Spirit Monarch right here. And then we have around 250 vitality, and then the rest in the decks for more damage. That's about it. As I said, pretty high-end gear, and let's see how it performs. So this is a large group of monsters. You want to use Multishot. If it's a couple of monsters, not so large, you can use Strafe. Oops, right here. And you pretty much destroy everything that you see and that you don't see, because it goes beyond your screen, which is kind of pretty nice. And that's the beauty of it, right? Multishot is so satisfying to use. It's nothing like it in Diablo 4, for example, which kind of feels quite different in terms of, yeah, ranged abilities, but I don't want to get into that now. And this is actually almost too easy. Let's see how it performs on class 5. Problem with like physical builds is they tend to fall off on higher player counts, at least in my experience. As you can see, we need quite a lot of more shots on P5. It kind of makes sense. But just keep that in mind. And then, if you think about what kind of gear we're wearing, yeah, you really need ridiculous gear to really power this up and go through something like P8. But if you're just, you know, a P1 enjoyer, this is a cool build. It's like a classic. And yeah, I want to click the seal. Can I click the seal, please? But they fixed that bug. Hello? It's not working. I will try with controller. Now it's working. Okay, like for this pack, I'm gonna use Strafe. And it's very effective. I mean, I'm not expecting everything to die in one hit, right? It's just not what will happen. But this guy with stone skin takes a little bit of time. What you also can do, you can get an Atmas Scarab for the amulet. Then you have the chance to proc amp damage, which is great for like bosses. Because for groups, I mean, the radius isn't that high. The Atmos proc, I think, is like level 1 M damage. But for bosses where you put in multiple shots and then you get a proc, that's very, very good. Even though we have the bone break to break physical immunes. If we have that and we can proc Atmos with M damage, then our damage goes up significantly, like super, super high. Because it's a full effect. And you can see here, I am kind of struggling actually, and I don't really like it, considering how much we put in our gear. I feel like I'm dying here almost. Yeah, you can change some things up, of course. There's always headroom for improvements on the build. But just like putting it together, slamming everything together that is like beneficial to a build like this. And the P5 Diablo, you can see here, we don't have the Atmos here. It's going alright. Let me try Strafe. But I have to do a lot of work. And for this kind of gear, it's a bit disappointing, to be honest. I know it's players 5, but still would expect a bit more power. But we did it. Built Diablo on players 5. And now we're gonna take a look into the cow level. So I have to get some arrows now and then. It's kind of annoying. I'm kind of trashing on this build. It's actually a cool build, nonetheless. And I forgot to use my CTA. That's on me. We go here and use it. I actually want to go back to players. Whoopala, not 12. Players 1. So it's much more enjoyable like that. And yeah, if you are a Amazon expert, which I am not, to be honest, then let me know in the comments what you would change to spice up this build. I really like it here on P1. This is very satisfying. But the Javison can do this with almost no gear, so the investment of items here doesn't really fit the power level, which is unfortunate. That's part of the reason why you don't see a lot of power zones, I guess. And Wind Force is pretty darn cheap despite it's so rare, because not many people play it. So Amazon is pretty slow in this kind of gear. We don't have Cat's Eye, don't have a lot of faster run walk. We are wearing Go Riders, which is 30%, which is decent. And we cannot teleport because we don't use Enigma. But this is satisfying to play, gotta be honest. But yeah, that's about it. A little showcase of a physical bow Amazon with Wind Force and stacked up gear. And I'm sure you can stack up more. You can like go even more ridiculous. There are like grand jumps that you can get with like plus damage. You can put more into decks. You can like really go glass cannon style. But this is like I think a well-rounded build, which still has pretty ridiculous item slots here. And yeah, I just want to give out the like feeling of how it performs, and I hope you got that. If you feel like I did give you some information, then please press the like button and consider subscribing, because there will be more videos like that in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.